Hey, what's going on, everyone? Gonna touch down on a little bit lighter topic, a little lighter subject today than I usually delve into, right? I know sometimes it can be pretty overwhelming at times, but don't let that get you down. You gotta think positive. Right? We got a lot of negative stuff that's inundated and put forth to us by a lot of different sources, right? But you always gotta find a way to look on the bright side. In this particular incident, the bright side's going to come a little further down the road, but it's going to come. This regards to at a financial post on the tech desk, television cord cutting hits record level in 2016 for Canada's big providers. So think about it. I know myself. It's been. Well, I think if I think back now, I think it was actually shortly thereafter the 2012 presidential elections race with Ron Paul, and I watched how like all the established media outlets, not just Canadian but American ones like CNN, even Fox for crying out loud, but CNN, MSNBC, and all these other established outlets, by seeing how they treated Ron Paul, which was like I say, I guarantee everyone now that's delved into politics, don't you wish Ron Paul was back into the fray? I bet, yeah, Trump, Obama, Clinton's. No, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of remorse going on where people wish, please, I wish Ron Paul was the one that was the person we had chose to lead our country if you're an American, right? Too late now, you had your chance, you blew it. Now you got someone like Trump in power. But my biggest thing, like I say, get back to the whole pretense is when I realized just how devious the tactics that the media personalities used, I was like, no, I can't support. There's no way. Now, prior to the internet age, I would have probably been like most Canadians and just, well, it's the only way I can get some television shows that I enjoy, right? Or movies or sports. Well, the cable companies had monopoly on all that. But like I say, this is the internet age. So I'm actually a little bit surprised now. They're saying that Canadians, this year was a record, but it was still only when I get down to the numbers, what, 200 and some thousand? What was it? Let me just check here real quick. I think it was 202,000 TV subscribers cut their cable and satellite packages from seven of the largest providers in 2016. 202,000? Canada's a country of 30, what, almost, I think 36 million now? That's pretty small numbers, really. Small potatoes, to be honest with you. And my question is, like, what the hell is holding you back? Now, I had a little bit of concern at first because I was worried that, but I want to be able to still be able to see all the things I want to, the shows I like to enjoy, the movies that I want to see, you know, the music I like to listen to, or the programming, or Discovery Channel, or History Channel, or. But you know what? Here's the crazy thing. All you need is, well, they have what ones that's called Android Box, and then they have Apple TV. So there's many different variances. Like there's a whole multitude of different people. Now they're on the same basic software type platforms, but there's so many different ways now where you can have everything for literally maybe a couple $100 initial cost and very, very tiny amounts of cost after the fact. And it's so seamless, streamlined. I mean, you can have everything: movies, television, all your networks, right? Every network that you're used to. And if you're into the UFC or boxing or sports channels, right? All your favorite programming, television shows, whether you're into like Survivor, The Amazing Race, um, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, all of those, like all of these things that people, you're paying these big, gigantic, monopolized corporations that use government to squeeze out all their competition. You keep propping them up, and there's literally, like, there's no longer even any, like, there's zero pretense anymore of any need for it. So why are Canadians so slow to adopt? Well, I mean, I know. I hate to say it, I really do, because I'm Canadian, so I almost feel like sometimes I'm insulting myself, but then I recognize, no, I'm different than most Canadians. So I'm actually not. I realize I understand instinctively the difference between me and a lot of the Canadians that I'm surrounded with. But I'm way far ahead of the game. Many, 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 5 years ahead. So 5 years later, Canadians are still to the tune of a couple 100,000? You're finally now turned away from the monopoly people that have been stealing a pile of money from you, using government to squeeze out the competition. Basically, dominating, controlling the airwaves and the radio waves, or, well, I guess all the same, and the cables, right? And the infrastructure in this country. Yeah, catch up. I'm not going to slow down, right? So I'll still be fast tracking. When you get to the point where I'm at as far as understanding how stupid it was to stick with, these monopolized companies, I'll probably be moved on to something. But at least try to catch up to me at some stage of the game. Because all you're doing is making a lot of people that are very devious, a lot of people that you really should not like a whole lot, you're making them rich. They're benefiting tremendously from you. And it's also because government gets to, not only these corporations get rich, but governments get to make the taxes off it. So you're making governments and corporations rich by keeping plugged into these old, antiquated, established systems that monopolize the industry and what you consume, whether it's radio or television. Now, the internet's still somewhat open, but if you keep being so docile, they might even come to the point where they've learned to dominate and control that space, that area too. Stand up, stand strong. Jesus Christ, Canada. Holy Christ, stop being such a bunch of mindlessly obedient slaves to your ruling class and your corporate overlords. Oh, that's one thing I can't stand about Canada. I mean, there's so many beautiful things I love about this country, but the one thing I can't stand is we have a lot of firmly indoctrinated people that are loyal subjects and slaves to the ruling class in this country. I recognize this. It's something I wish didn't exist, and I realize that it's breaking up somewhat, but it's just like with this. It's so slowly. It's happening at a snail's pace. Let's try to pick it up just a little bit. It's Canadian Libertarian. I love liberty.